On the Dolphins, anybody before I move on? No?
That was a tough one. And, you know, they ship off Jay Ajayi, and they did get production from Damian Williams.
As you said.
But that look of Gase there at the end, that just frustration.
Right.
They got so
That was all game
close.
long.
They got so close so many times. They just could not.
It is funny that Gase says to Ajayi, I've had enough of you, so to punish you, I'm going to trade you to the best team in football behind a better offensive line. That will teach you, my friend. Look what happened.
We'll get to those highlights. But the game that I had highlighted on my sheet going into this week was Chiefs-Cowboys.
Yeah.
So let's take a look at those.
And here we are. There's Tony Romo right there. He spent 14 seasons with the Cowboys, all-time leader in passing yards and TDs. Ezekiel Elliott, he was granted to play by the Second U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals. And there is Dak Prescott right there, winners of 4 straight. Listen, Dak doing what Dak does. He almost goes down. Just that low, strong base. You trip him up. He keeps his feet. He gets in the end zone right there. Dak Prescott has been impressive. And this guy right here has been even more impressive. Check out this play. Right before half, 2 seconds left. They're going to do Hail Mary. What they're going to do is give it to Tyreek Hill right over the middle. And the blocker's in front of him. And watch how he stops Scandrick's feet. And then he gets right around the edge and busts it up to the middle. I want you to pay attention to this instant replay. There's going to be 7 guys back there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Drops it off. And this is a Hail Mary, a different type of Hail Mary because, yeah, he's faster than watch it. Stops his feet. Hits around the corner. Tackle him.
Oh,
I'm going to do this. Hail Mary, Tupac voice. Run quick T. He gets in the end zone for the touchdown right there. And that right there made it a game. Third quarter now. Chiefs first possession. This is the third quarter for the Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott punches in for a 2-yard touchdown. He will finish with 27 carries, 93 yards. All right, fourth quarter right here. Cowboys got the ball, and he's looking for Cole Beasley, making it look easy. He gets in. Beasley, second TD of the game. Dak Prescott will finish 21 for 33, 249, and 2 TDs. All right, next Chief possession. Alex Smith still hasn't thrown an interception, and there it is. After 287 consecutive attempts, Alex Smith throws an interception intended for Kelsey. Jeff Heath gets the INT, and the Cowboys, they go on to win 28-17.
Did you see Travis Kelce's dance?
I definitely did. I thought it was in the highlight, but we didn't get to it.
We're going to break it down and just, it was ridiculous.
That was awesome.
But you had problems with it, I saw on Twitter.
I thought they could have, yeah, we'll get into it. I thought they should have paired up to do the 3-legged race, but it's a season jump.
Really
egg on spoon?
Egg on spoon, too. I thought it was not as good as hide and seek, but better than Duck, Duck, Great.
I thought it was better than hide and seek.
Really?
Yeah, because initially he thought, oh, they're going to race.
That's cute, great.
It was good, though.
Also, Travis Kelce always dances by himself and does solo. I appreciate that he incorporated other people for once.
That's true. How about Peter's wardrobe change during that highlight? What happened to your jacket?
What just happened? For all the latest
You're like
news
Superman,
notes
bro.
from around the league, we welcome in our very own NFL Network insider, Ian Rappaport. Happy Monday to you, Ian. We saw Dez Bryant leave yesterday's game with an ankle injury. What's the latest on the Cowboys star receiver?
First of all, you mentioned the Kelsey dance right there. All I could think of was the Vikings on a bye and the Lions playing Monday night going,
Yeah.
I think we can step up to the challenge. I'm kind of looking forward to it.
Moment
as far as
sure.
the Dez Bryant, yeah, no doubt about that. As far as the Dez Bryant injury that you mentioned, he did leave the game with an ankle, was listed as questionable. Talked after the game, described himself as a little sore. This is being termed a sprained ankle from head coach Jason Garrett. And anytime one of the marquee receivers in the NFL goes down with an ankle injury, it is something worth noting and following up on. Did have some tests last night, and I am told this injury is described as not serious. So likely Bryant will be limited this week in practice, but I've not heard anything to let me know that he will miss next week's game.
Now, Ian, speaking of those Cowboys, we didn't find out about Ezekiel Elliott's playing until yesterday. What can we expect moving forward regarding Ezekiel Elliott's ongoing legal case?
More uncertainty this week, although finally at some point we should learn for real, for good, whether or not Zeke Elliott's playing for the rest of the season. That's because what we are going to get this week is the ruling on the injunction from the Second Circuit Court of Appeals 3-judge panel. It's very simple. Either Zeke Elliott wins the injunction, which basically means he gets to put off his suspension to the offseason until there is a hearing in December discussing Judge Failer's original ruling, and then probably plays the season. If he loses, then he is once again taken off the field. Then he has to consider other legal remedies, of which there are not many. So this week, at some point, the expectation is we finally really learn whether he's playing or not.
All right, Ian, I need you to clear something up for me. I'm watching the Tampa Bay Buccaneers game. Jameis is in, and then he comes out and he's sitting on the sideline, and there was reports that he could play, but they kept him on the sideline. Very, very confusing. Did he aggravate his shoulder, and what can you tell us more about that injury?
He did aggravate his shoulder. He went down really hard at the end of the second quarter, I believe. Took a hard shot to that shoulder, and he has been dealing with this for several weeks now. It's a sprained AC joint. There is also a rear delt issue, I'm told, in his shoulder. So there's a couple things going on here that they want to be careful of. Obviously, the injuries, as you know, Nate, are two things. It's how badly you're injured, and then how does it affect your play. This was a combination of both because he was injured, and it was clearly not getting the performance you need from your franchise quarterback. They decided to just take it off him, sit him down, put Ryan Fitzpatrick in it, and continue the game that way. And after the game, I know he had x-rays and he had other tests on his shoulder just to see what other damage there is.
There's a lot of, how do I say this, chippiness, snappiness going on around the league yesterday at certain games. Jameis involved in one of those incidents, which included Mike Evans getting an unnecessary roughness call against Marshawn Lattimore, the rookie against the Saints. Taking a look at it here. A little, hey, how you doing? Oh, see ya! Wow, this was sort of wild. Then you had the A.J. Green being ejected along with sophomore Jags corner, Jalen Ramsey, which you are seeing right here. Little, what do you call that? What do you call that move?
The $1 Million Dream, I think that was.
Unbelievable. So
Can't punch with a helmet
what are the chances any of these guys are suspended?
Well, first of all, I talked to a league spokesman last night. We said very simply, everything will be reviewed, which is the standard protocol when you have ejections. And what we have seen over the last couple weeks of the season, actually really over the last couple years, this has been sort of the policy. If a player is ejected, rarely is there an additional suspension. So just based on past precedent, I would be surprised if there was additional suspensions or additional rulings taking Jalen Ramsey and A.J. Green off the field. Remember, both players were warned, though, and when you look at the pool report, what they say is that Ramsey was the instigator, which is not what he was told by the ref, by the way, and that A.J. Green threw a punch. That's why they were ejected. But the Mike Evans situation is a little different because he was not ejected. Took that cheap shot on Marshawn Lattimore, got a penalty, continued to play. Perhaps, just solely based on past precedent, he might be more susceptible to a suspension than some of the other guys.
Great stuff from Ian Rappaport. We'll have to check if Mercury's in retrograde because lots of this weird stuff going on around the league. Thank you so much, Ian. We'll talk to you in just a little bit. And don't go anywhere, everybody out there listening and watching. We're going to show you a lot of highlights from around the league. And